In my last video, I promised you 5 tips for completing a photographic Messier Marathon challenge, and I introduced you to my good friend, Jonathan Ward. Now, Jonathan knows way more about space than I do. In fact, he even just finished a book project with Colonel Eileen Collins. She was the first female pilot and commander of the shuttle. Her life memoirs are called Through the Glass Ceiling to the Stars, and you can find it at your local bookstore or on Amazon at the link below. Let's get into the tips. Jonathan, take it away.
Planning is the #1 key to running a successful Messier imaging marathon. Make sure that you realize you've got 9.5 hours to shoot 110 objects, so that gives you about 5 minutes per object, which is about 6 30-second exposures and 2 minutes to move between each one. Know which objects you're going to be setting first, which are M74, M33, and M77, and shoot those first because they're going to set right after the twilight ends, and M30 is going to rise just as morning twilight is beginning. I divided the 110 objects into 6 groups, and I gave myself 15 minutes of catch-up time between groups. If you can't find an object, move on to the next one. Come back to the missed ones at the end of a group. So make sure that you have a checklist so that you have the ability to go back and find the ones that you've missed in case something goes wrong along the way. And definitely things will go wrong along the way. Plan on sitting at your telescope all night long. It's not going to be one of those things where you can just sit in your car and let the telescope chug along. I would recommend having a reference guide handy so that you can identify things like open clusters and galaxies, because they all start to look alike after a while, especially the ones that you've never seen before. The other thing that's very helpful is to get rid of time wasters, which are things like centering on an object perfectly, doing meridian flips, refocusing, or plate solving. Don't worry about any of those things. Do that all between groups. If you're doing this as a marathon, think about this as holiday postcards, not formal portraits.
One more thing, if you're interested in seeing the gear that Jonathan used to complete the Messier Marathon, as well as the software, check out the description below. I have it all there. Thank you so much again for watching.